Hi, and welcome to this training video for the Tennessee Historical Newspaper Indexing Project. In this video, we will talk about how to use the From the Page site. This is the site that the indexing work is being conducted on. To begin with, let's talk about the two steps of the process. There's indexing, and then there is the process of reviewing what has been indexed. The reason we're using a dual step process is to help ensure that we have quality data coming from everyone's efforts. So as you sign up to volunteer and as you participate, you don't have to do both components. It is preferable that we have one person indexing and a second person reviewing. So let's talk about how you can find information or digital newspapers to work on for either of these components. When you go to the project site on From the Page, and this is the screenshot of the front page, there are two buttons along the right side that will help make it easier for you to get to the content to work on. The first button to point out is the one that says Pages that Need Transcription. When you select that button, you will be taken to a list of pages that could use your help. This is a screenshot of the first item in the list once I click that button. And this is a page from the Columbia Herald in Murray County. So what the site will do is show you an individual page. In this case, it just has a generic number, page 001. You see the image of the newspaper, and then you see a message that says, this page is not transcribed. Please help transcribe this page. You will click on the link that says help transcribe. Also notice underneath the image of the newspaper is the phrase not started. So this informs you that no work has been done on this page and it's open and ready for you. Once you select that link to transcribe, it brings up your viewer. Here you were able to see the image of the newspaper, and there are controls that let you zoom in and zoom out so that you can make sure you have the right level needed to read the text on the page. Beneath the image of the newspaper is a spreadsheet. So you will notice that there are columns. And so the first one is called column, organization, and there's prefix, given name, last name, suffix, indicating whether the person mentioned is non-white, indicating if there's a photo, and selecting an article type. In the next video, we're going to talk about how to complete each of these cells. But for now, I just want to focus on giving you the orientation for how to use the site. So this is where you will do your work. You have the image of the newspaper and you have the area to fill in your data. Once you are done doing your work on this page, you would click the green Done button. Now, let me also offer a tip. We find it helpful that after you finish one column, go ahead and hit the Save button that's next to the Done. This will allow you to save your work, but you will remain on this page so that you can continue. It's good practice to save periodically, just in case there's any glitches on the site. You wouldn't want to lose the work that you're doing. So hit that save when you get to the end of each column. And when you're done with the page, hit the green Done button. On the page where you're doing your indexing work, the very first thing we ask you to select is the page condition. Here you have four options. Let us know if the page is clear to read, unclear to read. Is it a torn page where there is part of the image missing? And that's pretty detectable. The page will actually look torn. Or is it a partial image in some capacity? We offer you these four options so that you can tell us the quality of the page that you're indexing. And if the page is clear and you're able to proceed, go ahead and do the indexing work. At the bottom of each page where you're doing your indexing, there is a section for notes and questions. We would love for you to use this to communicate with us what you're experiencing throughout the project. For example, if you look at a page and there is no local news, you could write a note and says, no local news on this page. Go ahead and hit the Save Note at the bottom of the screen. And then because there's nothing to index, you would effectively be done with that page, right? So you would click on the green Done button. Or maybe you've gotten started doing the indexing, but you didn't finish a whole page. So maybe you only did columns 1 and 2. So leave a note that says index column 1 and 2. That way, the next person comes along and knows where to pick up the work. So you don't have to finish a whole page in one sitting. You can do columns just as long as you let us leave a note so that we know where to continue. So that's the indexing process. Let's talk about how to review a page that's been indexed already. So again, here is the front page of the project site. So there is another button called Pages That Need Review. In order to see what needs help in the review stage, go ahead and click that button. Now here, you'll also see the image of the newspaper, but now notice beneath the image is a green progress bar. So that tells you it's been transcribed, but look, it says needs review. And you will also see that there is data already showing up on the screen because someone else has already gone through and done the indexing work. So your task is to review it. To get to where you need to get to, you can click on the actual image. At that point, you'll be presented with a layout that presents your page and the index entries side by side, but go ahead and click that transcribe link to get to the spot in order to do the review work, because when you click through to here, you can make updates. So the layout is very similar to what we've already seen. We have the image, we have the spreadsheet at the bottom for you to enter your work into. And when you are done reviewing what has been entered, you can hit that approve button. And that will be the indication to us that this page is fully done. And then we come along as project administrators and download the data that has been indexed and reviewed. Hope that is helpful.